I'm back in Essex for a week, which can only mean two things. Firstly, reunited! Woo! And it feels so good to be reunited! And secondly, I went to the charity shops and just got a few books. First up, I got some plays from Henrik Ibsen. He wrote A Doll's House. It's one of my favourite plays. It's fantastic. In this one, there's three plays. There's The Pillars of the Community, The Wild Duck, and Hedda Gabler. I then got another play which is Pygmalion. This is by Bernard Shaw. Now some people might not know what this is, but if you've ever seen the film My Fair Lady with Audrey Hepburn, this is the ruddy play that inspired it. It's got all these beautiful drawings in it as well. Then got The Graduate. This is by Charles Webb. It's basically about a boy who's very straight-laced and then he has an affair with his parents' friend, and she's like an older woman. It's really odd. She kind of strips naked in front of him and he's like, oh, okay. But it's a very good film, and so I'm guessing the book's going to be very good. Philippa Gregory, what a surprise. I've got a whole section here which is just Philippa Gregory, just to like, I think it's from there to about there, just Philippa hanging out. This one's called The Queen's Fall and this one is called The White Queen, and she just writes historical fiction about women, and she did the other Belinga, which is a very good film, and I really like Anne Boleyn. So it is a good film, although I don't know how accurate her things are historically. They're just inspired by it and they're just good pieces of entertainment. Then another female historical fiction author, Sarah Waters, yay! I read Sarah Waters' Affinity, absolutely freaking loved it. She's been described as a gay Dickens, and I would agree with that. Sarah Waters herself is a lesbian, and she has a lot of lesbian themes and relationships within her books, but they're very interesting because they're at times when it was against the law to be gay, but sometimes that's not even the main point of it. It's just like love is love and it's beautiful. It's not good because she's a lesbian author, it's good because it's good. And I read a lot of historical fiction, a lot of shit. Then got James Wilcox, Miss Undine's Living Room. It sounds very kind of quaint. It's set in Tula Springs, Louisiana. I'm sold. The two children's books I got is this one, which is The Puffin Book of Magical Verse. Look how gorgeous that is. In the hair there's all fairies and everything. Then got a manga. I found this in the children's section, although I don't know if it's a child manga or not. It's called The Vampire Game. This will be my first ever manga and I'm going to read it really soon. I'm really excited to getting into manga. Then got Edna O'Brien's The Country Girls. Edna O'Brien is a very old author. She's been going for a long time, so they've obviously just revamped the covers, I'm guessing. This is just going to be very Irish. It's set in the early 1960s in a country village in Ireland, and it's just going to be very, very Irish, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's like, with baldy innocence, shrewd from all the inexperience, girls romp their way through. I love a bit of Irish. Then got a Is It a Book, Is It Not, don't know. This just tiny little roll doll thing. Got Anne Boleyn and me. Only bloody got this. This is set in 1525 and it's about someone called Eleanor. He's a lady-in-waiting to Catherine, Queen Catherine. Boleyn is also... Sorry about that, my camera just cut out so I don't know what it filmed. Basically, love letters about a girl who starts getting love letters from someone and she doesn't know who, so that's going to be really sinister. Basically, they're really good, so I'll review them on my channel when I'm done with them, but they're YA done well, and the main issue is never a romance or a love story. Sometimes they're within it, but it's just how some people are very tainted by life and they've been very mistreated, and it's about how they are going through their teen years with this kind of past trauma, and it will break your heart. Yeah, read Anne Cassidy. And then lastly I got Disgrace, which is by G.M. Coates. Basically this is set in South Africa, I believe, and it's about a university technician in Cape Town has an affair with one of the pupils and then he loses his job, and it's about what happens after that. Hi, this is weird and uncomfortable for both of us. I just tried to edit the video that you're currently watching, but my camera is having some kind of breakdown. She's not feeling good, and so she missed out all of these books, so I'm just going to do them quickly now. I don't know why I'm sitting in the garden. I think I thought I was living in a different country than England, because even though it's sunny, it's very cold. My nipples are starting to harden. Let's get on with this. Irvine Welsh's Reheated Cabbage. Irvine Welsh wrote Trainspotting. I'm currently reading it. I'm loving it. This is a series of short stories. Look how cool the cover is. He always writes in a Scottish accent, it seems. So a lot of the like words aren't real words in English, they're just words in like the accent of being Scottish, which I really enjoy because I feel like you can get into the characters more. I then picked up this book just because it had this. Irvine Welsh said, one of the most interesting writers to emerge in years. So that's why I picked it up. The font's really bad on this because you can't really read it. It's a lifetime of days, years, minutes, months gone. Demophoria. I don't know. Someone Craig. It's really swirly writing, so you can't really see what's going on. I don't know what it's about. I bought it because Irvine said it was good. I trust Irvine. I then got 2 horror books. I got this one by Poppy Zebright. It's called Lost Souls. The birds are getting involved. It's basically a vampire horror book, I'm guessing by the write-up of the back. And I don't really read vampire stuff, but I thought I would give it a go. I then got, this is a very classic horror, and as I adore the genre, people say you've got to read this because it inspired so many other pieces. And it is a ghost story. It's called The Turn of the Shrew. It's by Henry James, and people do say that it influenced a lot of horror that we have today. And you know, Frankenstein Ratio is my favourite, but that's like a classic as well, and I love classic horror, so yeah. Reunited! Woo! Look how much room we've got for extra activities. Name the film. I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have a bookshelf. Okay, let's get inside quickly and try not to be attacked by any animals. Oof, 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 nature. Oof, no, no. I'm a reader, I don't like nature.